Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, orders the new government to focus on the field work to manage public affairs and affirms that gaining the citizens' trust is a challenge to reinforce the internal front. The start of the new school year, with more than 12 million students to join their classes across the country, and the President of the Republic sent a message with his success wishes. One year after taking office as the Interior Minister, Bruno Retailleau is still seen as the face of discrimination and polemics in France. Final solution to the Sahrawi cause, the main topic discussed between the United Nations envoy and the Sahrawi president. Welcome back. The President of the Republic, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Minister of National Defense, Abdelmajid Tebboune, chaired on Sunday a Council of Ministers meeting. The President welcomed the members of the new government, wishing them success in their honorable mission. Then he gave the floor to the Prime Minister, who thanked him for his trust and affirmed his devotion in implementing the President's roadmap for the next phase, aiming to serve the citizens and promote the consultative democracy. A meeting during which the President of the Republic gave the instruction to promote the governmental work through effectiveness and efficiency with everyone in their field of expertise and through field work to manage public affairs, as well as using the previous experiences as lessons and move forward with what has proven to be effective and efficient for the benefit of the citizens. The President of the Republic affirmed that Algeria, as it moves towards safety thanks to the effort of its people, needs a full coordination between the members of the government to achieve a total immunity in all the sectors and gain credibility with public opinion through solutions that lead to strengthen the internal front. He also highlighted the necessity to prioritize the citizens and their concerns in the action plans to achieve permanent and definitive solutions. Abdelmajid Tebboune instructed the government to focus in fulfilling its assigned tasks with utmost seriousness. The President made it clear that Algeria is not governed by austerity but by smart management in order to position Algeria among emerging countries by achieving quality in terms of social and economic development. The President ordered the government staff to coordinate with the Prime Minister as the key link in the government work. Following the initial directives issued to the new government, the President of the Republic ordered the preparation of sectoral proposals and action plans to be presented during the upcoming Council of Ministers meetings. The meeting ended by approving decisions regarding appointments and terminations of senior government positions. The President of the Republic took a memorial photo with the members of the new government. It's also the beginning of the new school year 2025-2026. On this occasion, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, sent a message to the education community, and I quote, "My success wishes for the start of this school year to our dear students, to our honorable teachers, and to all the workers of the education sectors, as well as to the parents. I also wish a lot of success to our daughters and sons. May they be the pride of our beloved nation. Glory and eternity to our valiant martyrs. Long live Algeria. Including nearly 1 million of new enrollments, 12 million students returned on Sunday across 30,000 schools nationwide, reinforced this year by 464 new institutions. Details with Najah Tayyar.
Kicking off the 2025-2026 school year with a health awareness lesson, more than 12 million students returned to classrooms this Sunday across the entire national territory. Our students are starting the year with a lesson on school health, how to practice sports, how to adopt good hygiene, and above all, the importance of a balanced diet. We are teaching students to develop healthy eating habits, to prepare their snacks in a healthy way, and especially to avoid sweets that harm their health. The teacher explained to us that we must have a balanced diet, avoid sugary foods, and practice sports regularly, such as swimming. The students this year are stepping into lessons on school health with digital tablets and brand new interactive screens, an innovative learning experience that reflects the authorities' determination to raise the quality of education. This school year is marked not only by modernity in the classroom, but also by a large-scale recruitment drive in the education sector. For this new 2025-2026 school year, we at the Ministry of the National Education have decided that it will be placed under the theme of partnership with the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of the National Education welcomes the integration of 82,410 contractual teachers who are now tenured. In total, 45,000 positions have been allocated for teachers, while 24,000 others will be opened for administrative staff and various other corps. Health, modernity, and reinforced human resources define this back-to-school season. Powerful signals of the state's ambition to anchor education at the very heart of the nation's future.
The State Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf, took part this Sunday in New York in the 7th session of the African Union Committee of the 10th Summit on the Security Council reform, held on the sidelines of the high-level segment of the United Nations General Assembly. This summit marks the 20th anniversary of the Eswatini consensus that reflects Africa's common position on Security Council reforms and seeks to address the historical injustice inflicted on the African continent. In his speech, Ahmed Attaf affirmed that Africa gained more support from UN member countries for its common position, which reflects the legitimacy of the African demands according to the Eswatini consensus. The United Kingdom, Australia and Canada have officially recognized the state of Palestine at the eve of similar announcements from other countries. For the leaders of the governments of the three countries, it's a new hope for peace and a two-state solution. This recognition from historical allies of the Zionist entity was made official as the Zionist occupier intensified its attacks on Gaza during a summit that will be co-chaired by France and Saudi Arabia on the two-state solution at the eve of the UN General Assembly. About 10 other countries have to confirm their formal recognition of the state of Palestine. And the genocide is still ongoing in Gaza as the Zionist entity intensified its attacks. More than 30 Palestinians have been murdered this Sunday. The humanitarian situation is still chaotic and the Palestinians have nowhere to go. They're even targeted during their displacement. The Pope Leon XIV expressed his solidarity with the Palestinian people and the tortured land, affirming that there is no future based on violence and forced displacement. Visiting the Sahrawi refugee camps, the UN Special Envoy for Western Sahara, Stefan de Mistura, was questioned by Sahrawi authorities and civil society. Key messages: the right to self-determination, denunciation of UN inaction, and the demand for a solution that for many can only be independence. Details with Daniel Bahri.
UN Special Envoy Staffan de Mistura visited the Sahrawi refugee camps and met President Ibrahim Ghali, who reaffirmed the Sahrawi people's right to self-determination and independence under the UN Charter. The President told the UN representative that the Sahrawi people remain committed to self-determination and independence. He stressed that the issue is above all a matter of decolonization on the UN agenda. In the same spirit, Sahrawi associations, youth groups and government members used the meeting to send a clear message, guarantee the Sahrawi people's freedom and protect human rights in the occupied territories. The Sahrawis stressed their right to decide their own future with UN support. After decades of trust in UN bodies, we are worried about the current situation. We feel there is no real commitment to end the conflict. As young people, we are frustrated with the UN's inaction. We believe the only possible outcome is independence. The Sahrawi government recently stated that the upcoming UN Security Council session on Western Sahara offers a valuable opportunity to reaffirm the main mandate of the United Nations mission, the organization of a referendum in Western Sahara as defined by the Security Council in 1991.
In the remote regions of Morocco, such as Beni Ayyad, the people face crushing poverty, neglect and corruption as state failures and external interests push them into an even more intolerable crisis. Details with Najah Tiyar.
In the Azilal region in Morocco, the inhabitants of Beni Ayyad are worn down by the relentless poverty and decades of neglect, a marginalization that has lasted far too long, for which the Makhzen bears direct responsibility. Even in 2025, we are still using shovels, while projects worth 30 billion are being carried out. Our road hasn't even been paved. A crumbling system is collapsing onto the shoulders of its people as mounting economic fragility imposes a harsh and bitter reality. We had hoped that our municipality would take the initiative to open this road for us. Unfortunately, the reality is quite different. We find ourselves struggling to make our voices heard. We suffer enormously because of this road, but we will not give up until our call has been answered. Adding fuel to the crisis is the seizure of Moroccan land handed over for the benefit of the Zionist interests. We were handed a demolition order with only 24 hours notice. When we said that it was impossible, they told us, do whatever you want. The crisis exposes the deep-rooted corruption of the Makhzen, most glaring in the mismanagement of social affairs, where the problems keep piling up and worsening, beginning with the collapse in health sector. Our only demand is a legitimate right. We denounce the current situation. Even in 2025, the Moroccans are still protesting against the deterioration of the health system. I personally demand the resignation of the director of the Health Academy. While the kingdom sports serve the Zionist army, the people are driven deeper into poverty, a stark reality that lays bare the scale of an already unbearable situation.
1 year after his arrival at the head of the French Interior Ministry, Bruno Retailleau presents records as contrasting as his political style behind the mask of rigorous parliamentary lies, a minister often accused of discrimination with radical stances on immigration, Islam and security that blur the lines with the far right. Details with Daniel Bahri.
Bruno Retailleau is one of the best-known faces of France's radical right. His name is linked more to a controversy and blockages than to real solutions. His style and positions show the limits of a political camp that struggles to deal with the country in debt and in crisis. Bruno Retailleau, a former student of Philippe de Villiers, is today president of Les Républicains, France's main center-right party, and senator for Vendée. He has always kept a very hard right position on immigration, Islam and security. His speeches are often seen as radical, Instead of solving social and economic problems, they deepen divisions. In France, already full of anger and uncertainty, his words often make the situation worse. Questions about his regional management and political financing have fueled mistrust. He was sidelined during his party's primaries, and even within Les Républicains, he faces resistance. Stronger figures continue to overshadow him. Now, as Interior Minister, he is back in the spotlight. He has stirred new controversy by opposing the display of Palestinian flags on town halls, even as France prepares to recognize the Palestinian state this Monday. Rotaillot remains active in political debate, but his career looks more like that of a man who fuels division than of a leader who inspires hope. In today's France, struggling with debt and crisis, he appears to represent a politics stuck in place.
And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.